All right, we are getting ready to put this unloader to the top of the silo. We have run around it with a grease gun. We've checked both gearboxes. There's a gearbox on this ring drive here, and there's another gearbox on the blower / auger unit there. So what we have to do is we have to take this blower pipe off, set that onto 2 stabilizer arms, tie that down, put this distributor chute on there, and then we pull the silo unloader to the top. When the corn comes in, there's a gooseneck blower pipe up top there. We'll show you that once we get to the top of the silo. When the corn comes in, it'll hit this panel here, slide off the panel, hit that spinner wheel, and then the unloader will run. When we unload corn into the silo, we turn the silo unloader on, and it runs real slow around the top of the silo so that it can shoot the corn to the outside. We'll show you that once we get the silo unloader to the top here. So we've just got a couple of things left to do here, and then we'll be able to pull it to the top. We've got oil in both gearboxes. We've run a grease gun around it, and we've got it just about ready to go to the top here. All right, we have the silo loader headed to the top, and we're actually looking at the bottom side of it right now, just to give you a look at what that looks like. Now we're looking at the auger right now, and the auger brings the material in towards the center, and then the blower is right there. It kicks it into the blower, and then the blower blows it out the blower pipe. So we've got everything tied down so that it'll be there for when we get up top. I've got the clean chute spout just sitting on the unloader, and I need to get climbed to the top. I'm going to drop a long rope down, and I've got to pull the power cord up the silo chute. And what we're going to need to do is run this unloader when it's up to the top of the silo. So I better go ahead and get climbing so that I can get the cord up there, and I'll have to wait up at the top of the silo until it gets to the position that it needs to be in, so that I can tell Jay to shut the power winch off. Well, this is what things look like from the top. We're not quite halfway. We're between a third and halfway up the silo with the unloader. It's not too awful bright up top here, but we'll see if we can't shine some light on things here. So we've got a tripod in here. There's a metal framework that sits in the top of the silo, and then cables run over from each leg. It's called a tripod because there's 3 sections to it, and there's 3 cables that hook to the unloader. The blower pipe is right there. That's where the corn is going to come up the side of the silo through the blower pipe. It's going to hit that gooseneck right there. Bang. Drop straight down and onto the unloader. So I've got to pull this electrical cord up to the top here yet, and we'll join back up with you once we get a little closer to the top here. We are almost to the top with this silo unloader here now. I've got Jay on the phone. He's down below running the power winch. We've only got maybe 4 feet left to go with the unloader. I'm gonna need to reach in, grab the chain the cable to the side of the silo, and then grab that cord and plug that power cord in so that the unloader can run the distributor and the ring drive. And then we'll have to take our clean chute there, spout, pull that down into the silo chute here and tie it so it's up here for when we get the silo full. After we get it full, we'll have to use that obviously to hook our clean chute to. So it looks like all of our pulleys are working, which I always worry about that. Yeah, a little snap there. The triple cable, the 3 cables are coming together down on the winch down below. Everything winding up down there fine, Jay? Yeah. We got just a little ways to go here. Well, what's happening with the winch is you're wrapping up, you got like 3 or 4 winds on there, or whatever there is, and it's actually turning harder because of the circumference of the drum. All right, that's good right there. All right, so give me a second here, Jay. We'll stay right on the phone. All right, so we've got this up to the top. I'm gonna put the camera down here, but what I need to do is I need to grab that spout there, the cord, get everything plugged in, and we'll join back up with you once we get it plugged in. We'll let this run a little bit, and then we can get a truck in here and start grinding some corn. All right, so the unloader is at the top. I need to pull this spout down in the silo chute after I exit the silo here. We've got everything plugged in and ready to go. Now we're just gonna have Jay turn it on down below, and we'll make sure everything works correctly. All right, Jay, you can go ahead and turn it on. All right, perfect. Yeah. So what this is doing is it is running the ring drive right there. There's holes in the ring, and then there's like a little peg wheel in there, and that just spins real slow. And it runs the unloader around the silo as it's filling. Need to get some better light in here. There we go. So you can see that a little better here now in the spinner. You can see that on the opposite side there, and as the corn comes through the blower pipe, it drops down onto that panel, and then that spinner is going to spin it to the outside of the silo. Some of the silos have a distributor up on the spout, and all it is a flopper. It doesn't work worth the crap, and it has like different diverters on it. And you either have it come down into the corn to drop it straight down into the silo, or you pick it up and it lets it flow over to the other side of the silo. They don't work worth the damn. What we have to make sure of is that we don't have, we want to make sure this unloader is on so that corn doesn't build up on top of the unloader, because you can run the risk of putting a pile of corn on the unloader, and then these cables aren't that big. The cables break, and guess what? Your unloader ends up dropping, and you end up burying the unloader. So that's why a lot of guys have got away from using these spinners, and they've gone to using a silo pipe distributor instead. So everything's going good here, Jay. You can go ahead and shut that off. I'm gonna go ahead and climb down, and we'll get the 7930 on the roller mill here. Well, here's the first little bit going in. Let's let a handful of corn go into the roller mill here. Make sure it's gonna blow. Well, it is Sunday morning. We ended up getting that sound loader put up to the top here Friday morning. Friday, we had a little bit of corn left to do on the home farm, so the combine was at the shop. After I got the sound loader put up, I pulled it up to the big air compressor to blow it off before I put fuel in it. I was going to do that before the guys, while the guys were getting the roller mill set up. I opened up this one panel here. This bearing here, the grease seal was laying down in here, and it had like half of the balls left in it. That bearing was gone. So I ended up calling Jake. I said, hey, I need a bearing for the combine. I was wondering if they had one. They didn't have one. Sarah had to go to another dealership to pick that up, and he asked if I wanted him to send somebody over to fix it or help us with it. I said, yeah, you might as well. I had enough other things to do. We had a couple loads of corn to get up in the silo, and I just figured it was going to shoot the whole day. Right in the ass having to deal with that bearing. So one of the guys came over, helped us get that going. While he was working on that, I was continuing to grease the combine, and I noticed another bearing gone here, right in there. That bearing right there was gone as well. So we had to tear into this, and we didn't get going until about 1:30 Friday afternoon. Sarah had to go, once she got home with the one bearing, had to go back to Kaz to get that one. So I didn't video any of that just because we had so much going on and needed to get going. And then yesterday, while I was combining along, I looked over my right shoulder to see how things were going into the bin. And from time to time, I periodically look in and see how this auger assembly is doing, because we've had trouble in the past with that U-shaped bracket breaking, and guess what? That was broke here yesterday, and you can see I've kind of cobbed it back together. We break one of them about once a year, and I think what breaks that is filling the bin too full and doing high moisture corn. Once this bin gets full, that has to push a lot of corn. We also took that green shroud off the top. I didn't know if that had something to do with it. That's down in the back of the truck here. And once I noticed that was broke, I had Sarah take the grain buggy tractor over to the other side of the field here to get my pickup so we could take that apart and get it back to the shop. And she was halfway in between where we were and the pickup, and the 7290 quit. So we had a problem the other morning with a drain valve on this fuel tank opened up, and it was dripping fuel. She seen fuel on the road, got looking at it, and I said, well, maybe a corn stalk hit that quarter turn valve and that's opened again. She says, no, it's up farther. Well, it has this 60 micron auxiliary fuel filter here, and the bottom of it, it's plastic, it's broke. Must be from the corn stalks hitting it. So you can kind of see here, I'll show you. The bottom of it there is broke off. So we had to bypass that. We got the fuel line coming over here, it goes into the filter, and then it comes back out of the filter and back that way. I just took the hose off and bypassed it there. So evidently you cannot use these 7000 series tractors in cornfields like this that have corn stalks. We had a problem with this tractor here. I gotta see if this fuel is off. We had a problem with this tractor last year. A corn stalk came up and knocked the wire off the transmission. So that fuel is still going. With that being said, I guess that's gonna do it for this video here. So I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.